Hi everyone and happy Halloween. It's Kristie here from Sweet Girl Designs. I'm so excited and thrilled to be part of the Crafty Maven Getaway design team, and I really hope that you'll check out my channel Sweet Girl Designs to see more of my October daily. So today I'm sharing with you um, days 13, 14, 15, and 16 of my October daily. These days weren't all too exciting, so that's why I included 4 days in this video. I am using the Crate Paper After Dark collection for most of my embellishments, with a few things from Michaels and their Recollections brand. So I start with all my photos printed already and into the pockets. That just helps me organize my album a little bit better, and then you don't have to see me kind of fiddling as much. I do really love the process of playing with the paper, and so I'm pretty methodical, and I enjoy placing things and replacing things and all that sort of thing. So here I am. I'm just trimming down some scraps from the paper pad and just doing a little bit of a cluster. That October piece is from the ephemera pack, and I'm running out of ephemera actually, and this is only day 13, so I did order another pack from Paper Issues, and hopefully it arrives pretty soon. Um, it is October 31st already, and I can't believe how far behind I am in this album, but it's so much fun to make. So I'm just layering down this little cluster of embellishments. I really love that owl paper, and I wanted to bring in a little bit more interest, so I layer up this washi. This black chalkboard washi I believe I got in a kit from Gossamer Blue, and then this orange directional arrow type washi I believe is just from Michaels. So I layer on top that October ephemera, and then I'm using these glitter numbers from Michaels to put the number 13. Add a few enamel dots just to kind of fill in the blank spaces a bit, and that card is pretty much done. So now I'm moving on to one of the photos. This photo is of some flowers and a piece of cake, because this is the day after my birthday, so I had to capture the wonderful cake that my mom made for me. And I'm actually homesick with my daughter on this day, so I should have been at work, but Nora was very sick, so I stayed home. So I got to partake in a little bit of a treat at home, and so I just am documenting that. So again, I'm just doing a little bit of layering of these scrap pieces of paper, and this kind of flag label is from Michaels as well. It was in the Halloween section, but really the pack included black and gold labels, so I foresee myself using those for like everything. So yeah. If you haven't seen my channel before, I do entirely Project Life. In the past, I did an album for my daughter's first year. So when her first year came up in July, I decided to start a family album, and even though it was midway through the year, I'm doing a family album and with weekly spreads. And I also do quite a few mini albums. So I did a mini album for our trip to Florida. I do December daily. I'm doing a album for my daughter's first year, which sounds ridiculous, because I did the massive 12 by 12 albums for her first year, but I'm also doing a mini album because more of like a coffee table type book. And then, like I said, this is my first year doing October Daily, and it is so much fun. So on that last photo of my daughter and I just added a little medallion from Michaels and another label sticker, or label, it's not a sticker. Alright, so now we're on to October 14th. My daughter was also sick on this day, and my husband decided to stay home with her instead. I'm a teacher, and I just couldn't, I'm not organized enough to type up another sub plan, so Aaron stayed home with her this time. And he was so excited. When I got home from work, he was so excited because his team, the Toronto Blue Jays, played an amazing game on this day, a crazy game on this day, and he got to see the whole game because him and Nora were cuddling on the couch watching it. So I got that glittered orange house in a swap. I am not sure where it's from, but I thought because they spent the day at home that it would be kind of applicable to use that. And then I used a chipboard bat from the After Dark chipboard sheet and then just added the After Dark thickers to spell out the word. Why do I keep saying that? Spell out the number 14. I had these black labels from the Color Theory collection by Studio Calico, so I used just some scrap paper to layer in behind another kind of label that I made. And then I realized, well, I need somewhere to journal, and I wasn't really loving the pattern paper for journaling. It would have worked, but I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to read what I wrote because of the stars. So I ended up just flipping it over or cutting a white piece and layering that on top of the black along with that directional arrow washi. I'm really big into balance, so because these two layouts, the layouts for October 13th and 14th, are next to each other, I like to bring in elements from both sides to both sides, I guess. so, so yeah, so there I'm bringing in some more enamel dots and adding a little bit of journaling, and this page is already done. So that came together pretty quickly. I do add some of those, well, just one of those Tim Holtz tiny word stickers. I really do wish I had the like kind of Halloween tiny word stickers, but wasn't able to find those anywhere locally. So I decided to use this tiny word sticker that says believe, because we really thought at this point of October that the Toronto Blue Jays would be out of the series, but they came through. But as we know, they're done now. But yeah. So now we're on to October 15th. I have a bunch of these Halloween doilies that really I could not make use of at other times of the year, so I really wanted to use them up. I think so far in this album I've only used maybe one or two of them, so I opt for this white pumpkin doily, and my favorite paper in the whole collection, which is like this blue chevron. It's just so pretty to me. And I decided to go with the blue because these photos are from my nephew's um, birthday earlier on the weekend, so a few days before this day. Actually, I took these photos of him, but because the 15th is his actual birthday, I wanted to document that. So there's a lot of blue in the photo, so that's why I decided to go with the blue chevron paper. And then this little black or orange and white with black polka dot paper is actually a piece of ephemera, and I just trimmed it down. It did say stay spooky, but I decided to cover that up with a chipboard pumpkin, which I thought was really cute. And I brought in some gold thickers because it's hard to see, but the ephemera has little strips of gold on it as well. Then I needed a spot for journaling, so I have these like black labels or tags from Michaels, and so decided to use that for a little bit of journaling. I got this kind of pom-pommy, I don't know what you call this, but this kind of ribbon in a swap as well. I tried tying it, it didn't work, the hole wasn't big enough, so I kind of cut it bigger, and then I just decided to use my tiny attacher, and you can't even see the staple when it's laying there, so I really like that part of it because the staple really didn't go at all. So now I'm just deciding how to bring in some more color, I guess, so it's not just a black tag. And I decide to add a little journaling label from Michaels, which I love. I love those journaling stickers, label stickers. They come in all kinds of colors at Michaels, and I use them on like everything. So I just layer that with some of the scraps that I used on the opposite page, and I used 3 different papers and just kind of group those together, and that gives me room to do a little bit of journaling. So I just kind of journaled that on earlier on the weekend. We did a little photo shoot on the train tracks because he is obsessed with trains. So now I decided I got this like pumpkin, um, I don't know what it's called. A bunch of pumpkin stickers, I guess, in a swap, and I decided to cut one down and use it on that page just to bring in a little bit more pumpkins. And then I added some gray, like a really dark gray enamel dots, but I decided to change those a little bit later. So you'll see me come back to this layout shortly, because when I'm working on the opposite page, yeah. And I also added a gold heart. I haven't used any other hearts in this uh, mini album, and I just don't really think hearts go with Halloween. So I ended up removing that too. But I decided to bring in the gold because of the gold thickers. But anyway, you'll see me remedy that pretty quick. Alright, and so now we're on to the last day. This is October 16th. On this day, my class went on a field trip to the Calgary Zoo, and so the bottom photo is of my class in the dinosaur exhibit, running away from the dinosaurs. And then the top picture is of pizza and a cream soda pop that had a little mummy on it, which I thought was really cute. So here I am going back. I'm going back because on the dinosaur photo I wanted to use those stickers that say spooky, because I'm not really into like theme stuff, which is really funny to me because I'm doing like a Halloween album, but I try to use these embellishments in like an applicable way, I guess. So the word spooky in the background, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there's like a T-Rex statue there, so that would be pretty spooky. So I didn't want the thickers just to stand on their own, so I layer up some of the papers that I use on the opposite side of the layout, and I tried just trimming them down with my scissors, but let's be honest, I cannot cut a straight line to save my life. I do need to get some new scissors, I think. I think that would be the problem. Some large scissors probably would fix that, but anyways, here I am adding the thickers, and I think it cuts out. It took me a while. I didn't want the thickers to go over top of the T-Rex, so I take away the exclamation point and just kind of fuss with those for a bit. So I added a brad. I think those brads were from American Crafts, and I got those in a swap as well. And because I went back and added some directional arrows to the opposite side, I add some more to that photo of the pizza and the pop. And now I'm just going through these cards that I have. I have a ton of Halloween cards that I either had from like the Becky Higgins Seasons kit or I got in a swap. So I want to try and use those up, even though I really loved using the paper pad. So I believe this one is from the Becky Higgins mini kit. So it said October 31st, so the thickers just covered up the 31st, which worked perfectly. And I add a little bit of journaling about the day. So yeah, that's it. That's 4 days of my October daily. I have to order some more photos, but then I should go hard and finish. I can't believe it's already Halloween. I hope you have a safe and happy Halloween, and please like, comment, and subscribe to the Crafty Maven Getaway and to my channel as well, Sweet Girl Designs. Thank you so much for watching, and happy Halloween!